I don't think we understand that the border, securing the border was not that wasn't the end of everything. That was just the end of the beginning.
I spoke to a federal official recently who told me that in real numbers, probably closer to 50 million illegal aliens living in the United States right now.
And why they're wearing masks? They're wearing masks because they're trying to protect themselves and their families. Agents are getting doxxed every day. Their pictures and phone numbers being put on telephone poles.
People are out there taking photos of the names, their faces, and posting them online with death threats to their family and themselves. So I'm sorry if people are offended by them wearing masks, but I'm not going to let my officers and agents go out there and put their lives on the line and their family on the line because people don't like what immigration enforcement is.
These leftists are following and filming when they go home from work at night. I had over 1,000 protesters at my lake house just a month ago. Okay, on the borders are. I expect it, fine. But the men and women at ICE who put their lives on the line for this country every day don't deserve that. When you and I are sleeping at 3 a.m. this morning, ICE agents are on surveillance trying to arrest a significant public safety threat or national security threat while they're all sleeping.
America is no longer a safe haven. It's an open minefield. Ticking time bombs of violent crime are scattered across this nation, planted by Biden's open border policies. ICE isn't doing routine enforcement anymore. They're waging war, a brutal, bloody battle on our own soil, and it's only the beginning. Tom Homan says this war could rage for more than a decade. And Victor Davis Hanson, he's run the numbers, and they point to collapse.
We've got 12 million people that came in under Biden alone, and 8 to 10 to 15 that were here anyway. You do the math, that's 3 million a year that you would have to deport just to get the Biden illegals gone, and that works out to about 250,000 a month.
The federal government intrudes into every decision you make in your personal life, but somehow they're totally incapable with all of that technology of telling us how many non-citizens are living here illegally. I call bullshit on that. That's a lie.
On a good day, everybody's frenzied and angry because ICE deports 800 people. They'd have to do 8,000, 10 times more if they were going to keep up that rate for the 4 years of the Trump tenure to deport the people that came under Biden alone. This is an existential problem. It's like the $37 trillion debt. There's no answers to it.
I worked for your network for 4 years, and I've said for 4 years when Biden opened the border up, we're going to see this. This is going to carry on for over a decade. He let a lot of criminals, unvetted criminals in the country. And for the congressmen and senators who are saying we're traumatizing aliens, we're terrorizing aliens, have you ever met with the angel moms and dad who buried their children at the hands of
what Biden did in those 4 years will go down in presidential history as one of the most egregious transgressions against the American people. And every day we're going to learn about an innocent person killed, somebody from the Middle East terrorizing a Jewish person. It's going to keep going. And these are like landmines because there was no audit, there was no background checks, there was no nothing. And we've got 12 million people, we have no idea. It's a monumental logistical task, and they're doing heroic work. But if they were to finish the task of the Biden years alone, they'd have to step up by a magnitude of 10. And it's staggering. And the left is angry because every time you find an illegal alien, it's a bad example of what Biden did. There's no good, there's no upside to it.
Every day of success under the Trump administration proves that the Biden administration lied for 4 years and we're ruining their plans, Laura. They've got millions of people coming in this country. They put them on 90-10 doc, which means their hearings are 5-7 years out. We're going to try to move these people. We're ruining their plans because your plan is put their hearings back 5-7 years, don't detain them, and by the time they actually get to court, we'll have a Democratic administration in. We're going to award an amnesty to millions of future Democratic voters. That's your plan, and they're mad because we're shutting their plan down.
And I also wonder, what is the aggregate number of deportees in the last 100 days? If it's under 1 million, I'll just say I'm disappointed. And I say this as someone who voted for Trump, who loves Trump. I like Tom Homan, but what is this? The scale of this, because this country's so large, is opaque to most people. They don't understand that our country was just completely changed forever, and it's not acceptable.
Every day of success under the Trump administration proves that the Biden administration lied for 4 years, and we're ruining their plans, Laura. They've got millions of people coming in this country. They put them on 90-10 doc, which means their hearings are 5-7 years out. We're going to try to move these people. We're ruining their plans because your plan is put their hearings back 5-7 years, don't detain them, and by the time they actually get to court, we'll have a Democratic administration in. We're going to award an amnesty to millions of future Democratic voters. That's your plan, and they're mad because we're shutting their plan down.
ICE announces they've deported 65,682 illegals in the Trump administration's first 100 days and have arrested 66,000 and change illegals, 75% of whom have criminal charges or convictions.
The first thing you do is just say, anyone who's a non-citizen of the United States is ineligible for any federal benefit. That means no public schooling. That means no food stamps or SNAP. That means no housing vouchers. That means no benefit designed for American citizens can go to a non-citizen. If you want those benefits, become a citizen. And if you're not a citizen, you get nothing. Why would you? How are we sitting here and watching every small hospital in the United States is going under right now because people who have no right to be here are using the emergency room? Bring your kid to an emergency room outside of like some tiny gated rich community, and you will find out that the whole system is collapsing under the weight. I'm sure they're all good people. I'm not even attacking them. Like, they're doing what I would do. They're using the available largesse to help their families. I get it. So you just say, now on executive order, no non-citizen, period, can receive federal benefits, period. The president can control that. And, then we'll find out who's here for a better life and to bootstrap his way to success and who's here because there's just a lot of free stuff from a very weak, overindulgent, generationally wealthy country that has lost track of reality. And the reality is open borders and a welfare state cannot coexist. And we'll find out. We'll find out.
Now, President Trump is taking bold steps to fix the border. But let's be honest, the damage runs deep. It will take time, resources, and real determination to undo years of neglect and betrayal. Protecting our border isn't cruelty, it's common sense. It's the bedrock of sovereignty, safety, and the promise that this country still belongs to the American people. There's still so much work to do, and no more time to waste. This fight is far from over.